Let's talk about Pi Network, a project that burst onto the scene with a bold promise to revolutionize the world of cryptocurrency by making mining accessible to everyone, not just those with expensive computers or technical expertise. The idea was simple, yet powerful. What if you could mine a new digital currency right from your smartphone with just a tap each day? No expensive hardware, no technical know-how, just an app and a daily tap. This approach was a game changer, lowering the barrier to entry and inviting millions of people who had never considered mining before to join the crypto movement. This simplicity drew in a massive, diverse audience. People from all walks of life, students, professionals, parents, and retirees, became pioneers, united by the hope that they were helping to build the future of decentralized finance. The app quickly spread across continents, creating a truly global community, all connected by the shared dream of financial empowerment. The core team, led by Stanford graduates, projected an image of credibility and long-term vision. Their academic backgrounds and transparent communication inspired confidence, fueling hope that Pi was more than just another fleeting crypto fad. Many users believed they were part of something historic, a movement that could democratize access to digital currency. The daily mining ritual became a habit for millions. Each tap was a small act of faith, a moment of anticipation. Users watched their Pi balances grow, imagining a future where these digital coins might translate into real-world value, perhaps even changing their lives. The white paper outlined a phased plan. First, development and community building, then a testnet to iron out technical issues, and finally, the launch of the Open Mainnet. This roadmap gave the project a sense of structure and legitimacy, reassuring users that there was a clear path forward. This structure gave users a sense of progress, even as the finish line kept moving further away. Each new phase brought fresh excitement, but also new questions and uncertainties about when the network would finally go live. But over time, the initial excitement began to fade. As months turned into years, anticipation was gradually replaced by uncertainty and frustration. Many users started to wonder if their patience would ever be rewarded or if Pi would remain just a promise. The community, once united by hope and optimism, now faces growing doubts. Online forums and group chats are filled with questions, concerns, and debates as the journey from mining app to Open Mainnet drags on with no clear end in sight. Still, the promise of Pi continues to motivate many. For the most loyal pioneers, the dream of a decentralized, accessible cryptocurrency is worth the wait, even as that wait tests their patience and resolve. And so, as the world watches and waits, the Pi Network stands at a crossroads, facing new challenges, but still holding on to the hope that sparked a global movement. Social media and forums once filled with optimism are now dominated by frustration. Pioneers feel their years of daily taps and referrals have been met with delays and vague updates. The lack of clear communication from the core team has eroded trust. Many now wonder if Pi's vision will ever be realized. The disconnect between the team's priorities and the community's expectations is widening. Users want to see their mined Pi become real, transferable assets, not just promises. If faith continues to wane, the network effect that made Pi powerful could unravel. The core team must act now to restore confidence and keep the dream alive. The mainnet migration was supposed to be a turning point. In April 2025, a new three-phase roadmap was released, but with no timelines. Instead of clarity, pioneers got more uncertainty. The roadmap's phases, initial migrations, bonus processing, and ongoing migrations, sound organized, but without dates, it's just another waiting game. Users have no idea where they stand in the queue or how long migration will take. Key metrics like migration capacity and queue size remain undisclosed. This lack of transparency makes it impossible for users to manage expectations. The absence of timelines feeds the narrative of endless delays. Even a rough estimate would help rebuild trust. Without it, the migration process feels like a maze with no exit. The Horizon upgrade in May 2025 was meant to strengthen Pi's infrastructure. Instead, it unleashed a wave of bugs and errors. Some users saw their Pi balances vanish. Others found their coins locked, despite completing all requirements. The app became unstable, with frequent crashes and error messages. The core team was slow to respond, fueling panic and speculation. The severity of these issues suggested poor testing and unpreparedness. Even unaffected users lost confidence in the network's reliability. Before Pi can be trusted as a currency, the platform itself must be secure and functional. The Horizon upgrade was a setback for that trust. The Know Your Customer (KYC) process has become a major roadblock. Many users are stuck in limbo, rejected for minor issues with support tickets unanswered for weeks. A March 2025 deadline for KYC completion only heightened anxiety. Despite a new guide, systemic problems persist: failed applications, unavailable slots, and no clear path to resolution. The upcoming migration phase in June has left many fearing they'll be left behind. A project aiming for mass adoption can't afford a broken onboarding system. Until KYC is fixed, millions remain locked out of Pi's promise. The core team must deliver a robust, transparent, and fair KYC process. External market forces have added to Pi's woes, compounding the uncertainty already swirling around the project. As the broader crypto market faces turbulence, Pi Network has not been immune to the ripple effects. Investors and users alike are feeling the pressure, watching closely as the situation unfolds. The Pi coin IOU price crashed over 55% from its February 2025 peak, shaking user confidence and sending shockwaves through the community. For many, this dramatic fall was a wake-up call, highlighting just how volatile and unpredictable the market can be, especially for newer digital assets. The drop reflected growing impatience and skepticism, especially after the roadmap update lacked timelines. Many pioneers had hoped for clear milestones, but the absence of concrete dates only fueled doubts. Online forums and group chats buzzed with frustration as users questioned the project's direction and leadership. Tokenomics add to the anxiety. Pi's 100 billion supply cap, combined with major unlocks on the horizon, has many worried about the risk of price dilution. The sheer scale of the supply means that even small changes in demand can have outsized effects on price, making stability a constant concern. As more coins enter circulation, demand must skyrocket to maintain value. Without a surge in real-world utility or adoption, the risk of oversupply looms large, threatening to erode the value of coins that users have spent years mining. Large, mysterious wallets, like one holding over 276 million Pi, spark fears of future sell-offs. The presence of these massive holdings raises questions about who controls them and what their intentions might be, adding another layer of uncertainty. Without transparency on these holdings, pioneers worry about price manipulation. The lack of clear information fuels speculation and anxiety, as users wonder if sudden dumps could crash the price even further. Watching years of mining lose value is demoralizing. For many, Pi was a long-term bet, and seeing hard-earned coins lose purchasing power is a tough pill to swallow. The market realities are forcing users to question if their patience will pay off. Some are reconsidering their involvement, while others hold out hope for a turnaround, clinging to the project's original vision. Clear communication on supply and management is urgently needed. Only with transparency and decisive action can Pi hope to restore trust and reassure its community in these uncertain times. At the heart of every issue is a lack of transparency from the core team. Pioneers operate in an information vacuum, relying on rumors instead of facts. Basic metrics like migration queue size or KYC wait times are undisclosed. Users can't audit their own mining data or dispute errors, especially after the Horizon upgrade. This opacity breeds mistrust and speculation about Pi's true blockchain status. The community isn't asking for secrets, just clear timelines, real data, and open communication. A dashboard with key stats and regular updates would go a long way. Restoring trust starts with radical openness. As frustration grows within the Pi community, so do the security risks and the number of scams targeting users. The sense of uncertainty and confusion creates fertile ground for malicious actors, who are always on the lookout for opportunities to exploit vulnerabilities. With so many people eager to access their assets and participate in the ecosystem, the stakes have never been higher. Scammers are quick to take advantage of this confusion, using sophisticated tactics to trick users into giving up wallet access through phishing links, fake apps, and deceptive messages. These scams are often cleverly disguised, making it difficult for even experienced users to distinguish between legitimate and fraudulent communications. The lack of clear, official information only makes matters worse. Many users, desperate for answers, turn to unofficial forums and social media, where misinformation spreads rapidly and scammers lurk, waiting to pounce on the unsuspecting. While the core team does issue warnings and security alerts, the reality is that the burden of protecting oneself falls largely on individuals, many of whom are completely new to the world of cryptocurrency and digital security. Ironically, the very accessibility and openness that attracted so many people to Pi is now exposing them to greater risk. The ease of entry, once a strength, has become a double-edged sword in this vulnerable ecosystem. Delays in the system and ongoing KYC issues only add to the problem, creating a sense of desperation among users. This desperation makes people more likely to fall for scams, as they search for shortcuts or solutions outside official channels. To truly protect pioneers, the core team must address the root causes, fixing delays, resolving broken KYC processes, and improving communication. Only by tackling these fundamental issues can they reduce the opportunities for scammers to take advantage of the community. When these problems are solved, the community can finally feel safe and confident, knowing that their assets and information are protected. Security isn't just about issuing warnings or telling people to be careful, it's about removing the desperation and confusion that scammers exploit. A secure ecosystem is one where users feel informed, supported, and empowered. In the end, transparency, timely support, and open communication are the best defenses against scams and security threats. Only with these in place can the Pi community truly thrive. Pi Network is at a crossroads. Goodwill is fading, and the future depends on the core team's next moves. The community's needs are clear: a realistic migration timeline, transparent metrics, and open communication. Even conservative dates would restore momentum and trust. The KYC system must be overhauled with real support and fair appeals. Technical bugs from the Horizon upgrade need urgent fixes. Regular substantive updates, not just marketing, are essential. Live AMAs and user data audits would show real accountability. The problems are big but not insurmountable. It's time for the core team to prove